Okay, well, the South Park is the 8th episode of the 18th season. So the whole episode is about the girls' volleyball team plays, and none of these kids want to go watch it because they think it's stupid. Girls' sports are stupid, and they go watch like Kenny play the game the Gathering, and then later on they train roosters to play Magic the Gathering, and that's what the whole episode is basically about. But the girls volleyball, so like you have like basketball, people call it b-ball, which 88 ball. Volleyball is v-ball, so you have 222. B's the second letter, V's the 22nd letter, so you have VB, girls volleyball, 222. And throughout this episode, they slam you with the number 6. The number 6 is in this episode in like so many cuts. It's not even funny. Probably 20 or more. I don't even know. But anyway, she's like, "Oh, nobody comes to our games," and so they say, "But dude, Kenny is fighting Slaughterhouse tonight." So I hope I don't lose anybody because I'm gonna go off the wall here. But so Slaughterhouse, from this episode here, they mention that Slaughterhouse 5. Just remember that. So I'm gonna move over to Dumb and Dumber 2, and so Dumb and Dumber is D&D, right? So that's your 44, and then 2, which so it would be 44 and 2, which is 88. Now, this movie released November 14th, 2014, so 11/14 or 444. The box office, it says $55.5 million, so 555. So I went to the original Dumb and Dumber, and I just kind of scrolled down, and I remember this movie a lot for the soundtrack or the songs. New Age Girl by Dead-Eye Dick. So you got your double D's again, so you're 44. New Age Girl, she don't eat meat, but she sure likes the bone. New Age involved in there, but so I'm sorry if I'm losing you, but I'm going to get back to Slaughterhouse here. Dead-Eye Dick, so you got your 44. And this band got their name from a Kurt Vonnegut novel. And he's the same guy who wrote Slaughterhouse 5. So let's look at this guy here, the guy who wrote that book. He was born November 11th, 1922. So 11/11/22. I mean, that's weird. Considering his name's Kurt Vonnegut, which is KV, which is 11/22. And look when the soundtrack for Dumb and Dumber, the original movie, came out. 11/22. With New Age Girl by Dead-Eye Dick. And the only single that came out on the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack, or at least as mentioned here, was New Age Girl. It came out on June 6th, 1994, which is 6/6. I only remember like 2 main songs on this movie, and it was that song and then the song by the Crash Test Dummies. But on the soundtrack, I guess that's not on there. And on the soundtrack, it's the Ballad of Peter Pumpkinhead, which they actually didn't even write. It's actually a cover that they did by the band Ecstasy from their 1992 album, which was 22 years ago. And I watched, there's like 3 or 4 music videos of the same song. They just like remade them. But anyway, the story of Peter Pumpkinhead, the whole song is about, is that it follows Peter Pumpkinhead, a man who comes to an unspecified town, spreading wisdom and cash around. He is extremely popular with the people of the town, but extremely unpopular with the government figures. In the end, Peter Pumpkinhead is killed by those he he made enemies of, nailed to a chunk of wood, probably a reference to being crucified like Jesus, possibly even comparing the two men. So, Ecstasy is actually the band that wrote that song to begin with. And it was this guy who wrote it, so I was going to click on him and see if I can find out more about him. He was born on November 11th, 1953. Weird, November 11th again. So this band had like two lead singers or two lead songwriters. So the other guy besides the November 11th guy was Colin Moulding. And of course, he was born August 17th, 1955, and he's 59 years old. Ton of other videos about that. Okay, and I'll get back to South Park here really soon. I'm not trying to even link these two movies or these two things, but they both kind of have the same kind of information. So anyway, the other song that I really remember on this movie was Crash Test Dummies, and it was the song called like whatever. And so for one, we've been the M's, Jam, M whatever. Like, I don't know. Look at this song. MMM, 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 39, 39, 39, 39. It's crazy. So the song, whatever, good. It was on the Crash Test Dummies' second album called God Shuffled His Feet. And this is the cover right here. And I guess they superimposed the band members' faces over this guy's painting, Titian or Titan. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. So I clicked on him, and just right away, 1488 to August 27th, 1576. I guess it doesn't state a month or anything, so. But 1488 to 1576 is 88 years, so this guy most likely died when he was 88. Okay, and the whole South Park episode is about the Roosters playing the game Magic or whatever. So for some reason, I thought of the Alice in Chains song Rooster, and Rooster is on their second studio album that came out 22 years ago in 1992. Jerry Cantrell was one of the main guys in Chains. Born March 18th, 1966. So 66. March 18th is actually the 77th day of the year. And the other guy is Lane Staley. And of course, he died from H. He died from a heroin overdose. Died of H8. Born on August 22nd, 822. So you got your 22 and your 8. And he died in 2002. You got your 22 again. So the whole point, what I was getting at here in this South Park episode, with all that other stuff, I just wanted to show you. But they go to McDonald's, I'd assume, and because they need, I don't even know, they just go to McDonald's for whatever the reason. But I mean, not even McDonald's has this many M's up. They got an M, an MM, an M, and I'll play the clip. I guess I won't play the clip, but I'll move it forward here. Then they got M's everywhere on this thing here. They got an M, and then an E, and an M, and an M, and an M. They flash different scenes here, but then you got your M3, and then the backwards M here. I guess you can't really say it's backwards, but whatever. It's a mirror, kind of. It's just crazy. They have M's all over this thing. And we've been talking about M's for, a decent amount in the last, not that long ago. And now the South Park has M's all over it. Okay, so Stan's dad gets it confused, and he thinks the cock magic because the Roosters are playing the Magic Gathering game. He thinks it's something that he did in college, like doing magic with his penis or whatever. So he starts practicing and he goes and he plays this show or whatever for these kids. And I'm gonna play the clip, and hopefully I don't get copyright for doing so. I turn the volume off. It's got captions, but just look how many times they flash 6 in this. There's a 6 over here. I mean, it's obviously the 6th birthday, but 6 again. They just keep flashing it. They make sure it's in every scene. And at one point, Stan's dad here, he says something about, but if you believe in magic, and where did they go earlier? They went to McDonald's, right? And what isn't the theme song or something for McDonald's, or it used to be, do you believe in magic? Right? I don't know. I'm going to look that up here in 1 second and see what, if anything. Oh, I guess I do. I pulled it up, but I mean, they just keep flashing. 6 over and over and over. Okay, I think you get the point, so I'm going to stop it. Yep, the song, the single came out August 1965, but over here it says, in 1992, which is 22 years ago, McDonald's used a rewritten version of the song for some of their commercials, replacing all the lyrics, blah, blah, blah. They're talking about the Happy Meal items and Ronald McDonald. So 22 years ago, McDonald's started using that song. So I looked up the song here, Do You Believe in Magic here, and the writer is John Sebastian. And he was born March 17th, 1944, which is a leap year. So you got your 44, and in the leap year, that makes March 17th the 77th of the year. Okay, so I mean, there's not really much more that I see in the background, at least. But they do definitely make it clear when they go to McDonald's. They put M's everywhere. I even just looked up McDonald's, and it says it's the world's largest chain of hamburger fast food restaurants, serving around 68 million customers daily in 119 countries. That 119, 11/9, and then the Southpark came out on 11/19, which is kind of weird. So, and then I was sitting here thinking of stuff, right, from the Crash Test Dummies. Campbell's Soup isn't the slogan, good, and M, if you flip it upside down, is a W, so that is www, which would be like 666 666. Good. Okay, well, yeah. I'm just gonna end it right here. I could look up Campbell's and all that, but I have a whole other video. There's no way I'm gonna be able to fit it in this extra last minute, so I'll probably make another video tomorrow night. I gotta go to bed, so anyway, have a great night. Hopefully all this makes sense.